Hey, what's going on, guys? Butterbar here. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all having a good day today. I want to talk to you guys about the crazy news about Star Wars Battlefront 2. The fact that apparently 19 million people downloaded it when it was free on the Epic Store. It's crazy to know that just for the limited amount of time that it was on the Epic Store, that many people downloaded Star Wars Battlefront 2. And hopefully you're among them. Hopefully you're a dude. I'm going to tell you right now, thank God I took the time to actually download it. Like, as somebody that already owns Star Wars Battlefront 2, I own it on Xbox. It's like, oh, it's on PC. You know what? I don't know how often I'll play it on PC. I was like, but you know what? It's free. Like, how am I going to turn down free? I'm going to go ahead and download it. And thank goodness I did, because it's incredible to know, at least on the PC side, of how many people are playing it, how large the concurrent amount of players are playing. And even funny too is this, that Twitch even saw an uptick in how many people are actually streaming Star Wars Battlefront 2. So overall, just because Epic Store put it on their store for free, just for the limited amount of time that it did, it's incredible to know that not only so many people downloaded it, it's increasing the player base on the PC. And I'll tell you this, as somebody that plays on Xbox, I think I've actually seen the player base increase on Xbox, because when I played it, it didn't actually take that long to get into a match. Usually sometimes it does take a little bit of time to get in it, but I'm going to tell you this, personal experience, didn't actually take that long to get into a match just on Xbox. So I understand it was on PC, but on Xbox, but it's also too cool to see that the uptick in the amount of people that were watching it on Twitch. Now, two of the three consoles have gone, I say 2 out of the 3, but PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. PlayStation had a free-to-play, free time to get it. PC is having it. I don't know if Xbox has had its chance yet to have its chance to get free or not, but hopefully it's coming down the pipeline for players on Xbox. But I want to talk about exactly what this means, at least in my point of view, of what this means for not only the Battlefront series, but I would say that for people wanting, just, I guess, eagerly wanting, more Star Wars content at this point, and are starving for that, and wanting that high. I've talked about this in a previous video of, I think The Mandalorian changed a lot when it comes to Star Wars fans. I think, at least from my perspective, as somebody that, even my wife, we didn't really like the sequel trilogy of The Rise of Skywalker, that trilogy and whatnot. We didn't like it. We didn't care for it whatsoever. But The Mandalorian definitely got us into enjoying Star Wars a lot more than these newer movies. And it's definitely funny to see that Disney's understanding that and seeing that, they've kind of hit the mark when it comes to Star Wars games. And I think people were wanting that high. People were wanting that high of Star Wars stuff. So what was the route to go on? And Epic Store nailed it out of the park with having a great time to actually offer Star Wars Battlefront 2 for free for a couple, for the time that it did. And I think that is actually quenching the thirst of a lot of people when it comes to Star Wars content. Now, don't get me wrong, Squadrons is out, so people can play that, but only a limited amount of people, want to play that flight simulator and stuff like that. People want, what Battlefront 2 offers. Not only a flight simulator, you can fly, the TIE fighters and X-Wing and whatnot, but big stage combat, hero battles and stuff like that, and Battlefront 2 is able to do that. Well, what's a lesson that we've actually learned from this, that we can kind of carry on and hopefully see exactly where it kind of goes from here? Because I think this is a huge message to EA. This is a huge message. Now, I know DICE is working on Battlefield 6, but the overwhelmingly amount of people that have downloaded Battlefront 2 has to be a message to EA saying, okay, apparently this IP is not dead. People want to have Battlefront, 3. They want to see more content. They want to see more Star Wars stuff. What can we do to draw in bigger numbers, to draw in more people, and to the biggest point, make more money? And I mean, that's the overall goal for these corporations and businesses, is they want to make money. Well, look, you've seen a lot of people download this game over time. You saw these people get on PlayStation, get on the PC. Hopefully the Xbox will have its time in the sun when it comes to free to play Battlefront 2. But we're seeing that a lot of people are downloading this game. Now, what does that mean? Well, previously, before this was free to play, when, Battlefront 2 launched, it was a live service. Even though it had a lot of problems in the beginning with it comes to the loot boxes and whatnot, and the progression, how it worked out. It was told to be a live service, and as the game got older, it got a lot better content. The Clone Wars upgrade that it got, or update that it got, was a huge bump and just refreshing on how Battlefront 2 played and how good of a game it was. Now, when DICE apparently, just sunk the ship with Battlefield 5 and is putting all their eggs in one basket with Battlefield 6, hoping it's going to be good, Battlefront 2 also took a hit as well with not getting continuous updates, even though apparently it's supposed to be a live service game. Now, it's good that we actually got the updates we did prior to that point, but a lot of people are still saying there's still stuff missing out. There's still stuff that people are dying to see add to the game, and especially with new series like The Mandalorian, Ahsoka, and all this stuff, people are wanting to actually see more stuff added to it. Now, it's great that the modding community has done an amazing job with Battlefront 2, and hopefully, whenever the time comes that a Battlefield 3 comes out, hopefully the modding community is able to continue the work that they've done in Battlefield 2 and Battlefield 3, but EA has to see the writing on the wall. EA has got to see the writing on the wall that people are fighting for, they're clamoring for a continuation of what Battlefield 2 was able to do with improvement-wise over the years, and seeing a Battlefield 3 and seeing more of the continuation of bigger battlefields, more heroes, more weapons, more this and that, just more. They're wanting to see a lot more stuff added to this. Well, what will be the way that they can actually go about this? They argued and they touted that Battlefront 2 is going to be a live service update with continuation of it. And again, like I said, continuing to update did very well. But when it comes to cosmetic and stuff and whatnot, they later came out with a celebration edition, which gave you a majority of the I think it actually gave you all there might be some stuff here and there that are locked behind challenges and whatnot, but it gave you a majority of all the cosmetic items in it. It used to be where you had to buy crystals and credits and all this BS stuff. It was a really convoluted way of getting cosmetic items, but there was a way to do it until the Celebration Edition came in, to where you could just buy up front all the cosmetic items. Well, could EA go down the point where, you know what, let's do this. Battlefront 3 will be free to play. The entire game, free to play. I mean, Warzone's gone down this route. Fortnite's gone down this route. Free to play. You play the game. You're able to do everything in it, but cosmetic items, anything to change the game, anything to change what your hero looks like, added heroes, I don't know, whatever. EA is good at nickel and diamond people at this point, but what if it was overall a free-to-play game? The Galactic, Galactic Starfighter. I don't know what it was called. The fighting simulator, X-Wing and TIE fighters, the Galactic Assault, all this stuff was free to play. You could do the entire game free to play. But when it comes to cosmetic items, charge $3, $4, $5 here. Even though previously I just did a Call of Duty video where Activision's going to be charging $20, $30, $40, $50, $100 for cosmetic items. I imagine EA would probably go down that route later on down the line when it comes to cosmetic items, but could they go down the free-to-play route when it comes to bumping up how many people are playing? And also, too, adding on to that, crossplay. Battlefront 2 does not have crossplay, so it's incredible to know still to this day of how many people are playing it on each of the consoles, PlayStation 4, Xbox, and PC. It's still awesome to see how many people are playing it, but to increase how many people are playing it with, friends, depending on whatever console you're on and whatnot. Warzone's a good example, and Modern Warfare and Cold War as well are good examples of showing that, first-person shooters, these big AAA games can be played cross-play across, PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. Why can't Battlefront 3 be the exact same way, but also make it free to play? And the way that EA is able to bring in the revenue is by cosmetic items. I don't know exactly how I would feel about that, especially when it comes to pricing. I feel like the pricing in these games are just way too damn high. But that's just my point of view as somebody that's just kind of on the lower tier when it comes to earning money and whatnot. But it's just a very interesting thing that I wanted to actually give you guys my opinion about with that. I think you would actually see a huge player base. I really do. I really think if this was a free-to-play, cross-play, all that stuff, I think Battlefront 3 would have probably the highest numbers of any Star Wars game or any first-person shooter or anything out there, to where you have these large-scale battles to bring in players and that enjoy Star Wars. There's just so many possibilities with that with Battlefront 3, especially with what Disney's wanting to do with bringing in more series and whatnot. That'd be pretty cool to actually see even maybe the Old Republic, maybe Knights of the Old Republic, maybe Revan and stuff like that. Maybe you see cosmetic items of that. I don't know. Galaxies of Hero, if you play the mobile game, I mean, that has crossed, from Old Republic to the prequels, to the sequels, to the original trilogy. It's crazy to see that. But I think there is a large possibility of what Battlefront 3 could do when it comes to maybe being a possible free-to-play game, possibly being cross-play, and bringing in a large amount of numbers into it. Again, like I said, EA is all about bumping the amount of people who are playing their games, continuing to play their games, and how much money they're able to make it off players. So I don't know, man. I want Battlefield 3 by far, by anything. I want Battlefield 3 to be a fun, entertaining game. At the cornerstone of every single game, it has to be fun. It has to be fun. I feel like half the time these games release, they're not fun, or they're broken, or they're half, whatever. They're not even finished and whatnot. The game has to be fun. The game has to be finished, and that has to just be the main focus on it. Half the time it's not, but it has to be that. But I don't know. I just at least wanted to give you guys my opinion about it. It's crazy to know that 19 million people are playing it. What will be the future for Battlefront 3? I don't know, but at least, I wanted to give you guys my opinion about what the possibility could be with the amount of players that they brought in during this free time to play on Epic Store. So, I don't know, guys. Let me know in the comments below, please. I would love to see what you guys had to think about it when it comes to a Battlefront 3 and what the possible futures could be for a trilogy of Battlefront games. So, let me know in the comments below, guys. Please have a great rest of the day. Hopefully, if you guys have stuck around this far, one, I love you. Two, I appreciate you. And three, hopefully you check out my last video that I'm going to make today. So making three, hopefully, come on, knocking out 3 of them. I'm going to try to do it my best I can. So hope you can enjoy the video. Please have a great rest of the day, and I look forward to seeing you guys all next time. Get them guns, man. All right, bye, guys.